Let's try that again. Thank you, Pachi. Um, oh, you could hear me. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll hear me better now. Anyway. Right. So if you heard me, then we've got Chance playing as Felix, the human totem warrior. Did I get Michael as Rembrandt Brown, Weapon X Super Spy? And then myself playing as Lester Craft, the human princess Sign Nullifier. And then, of course, to mitigate the will of the fates, we have Julian as our GM.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to A Riders in a Storm, Chapter 6 of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Megaverse. Last time, our heroes found themselves in quite a blizzard, and after losing all their food to circumstance and spirits, they acquainted themselves with an old lady called Gentle Dreams. That led them to her hut, fed them, shouted at them a bit, but hey, and also told them about a spirit that has been let loose by people with skeleton heads, metal people with skeleton heads. This spirit apparently is the Wendigo, a very great spirit of cannibalism and hunger. And the heroes promised to help fight this being, to rid the world of its evil. They traveled to a place pointed out to them by Gentle Dream, which turned out to be an old military bunker of some sort. Along the bunker they found remnants of robots. Not skeletons, but skull-faced humanoids that has been ripped apart. They notice that they are not Skelebots, as they expected at first, but something different. But they do continue on into the bunker, where they find a lot of skeletons lying around, very old skeletons, hundreds of years really, that seems to have been gnawed upon by something. They also find a lot of technology that seems to be inert, mainly because they have no power source in them at this point. But with the help of Rembrandt's facing power, they still get through most of the doors they encounter and notice that there are scavengeable materials here and there that they might return to at a later point. But they also find a nuclear warhead, which does cause some radiation to Rembrandt, but he hurries out, so probably nothing big. Of much more import is the supernatural scent that Felix is following, and as they approach it, they encounter a surge of necromantic energy that revives the skeleton. And after after a short fight of throwing around bones, attaching explosives and stuff like that, mainly just crushing skeletons, they encounter the source, apparently, of all of this. A being of smoke and bones. Not really a skeleton, more emaciated, completely sucked in and bent with these antlers that seem strangely familiar. Hisses you and proclaims, "Flesh, feed." And that is where we start today's session.
Feed on this, you wannabe.
Now, I think we're gonna roll some initiative for this new combat for people.
I have 3. Gonna roll for me first, so /roll 1d20 plus 3. I might actually have more than 3, but I know it's at least 3.
16 for Felix. 12 for Lustra. 18 for Rembrandt. I gather that's for you, Sophia?
Yes.
With the +6. And Bill? $80.
Nice. That's why she's rolling. That's right.
Better take advantage of that luck today. I will also roll, and for
And
the...
thanks, Pachi, for the 9-month subscription. Greatly appreciate it.
Hey, all right.
Definitely. Thanks very much.
Yay! And there was much rejoicing.
So we'll start with Demetrius and Rembrandt at 18. Let's go Rembrandt first, since you're furthest away. You hear this flesh feed hiss.
Where is this sound coming from?
From the north of the map, the northeast part.
Where I'm pinging?
A little bit north from that, but yeah.
Is in this whole area is clear?
Well, most of the skeletons are gathering up. You pulverized the skeletons that were near you, so it'll take probably hours for them to gather up their pieces.
Alright, so I want to, with my rifle, get to a point at the corridor I can peep into the room and assess the situation.
Yeah, you can do that in a round. I'll just put you here.
Now, what do I see?
Well, you do see Felix putting a net over the skeletons here, and the skeletons seem to be trying to get out of this and seem to be not paralyzed, but immobilized for the moment.
Down here in this section, I think.
Sorry?
Okay. Nothing. She's running my character sheet. I was trying to tell her where it was, but I can't really look over to point.
Ah, fair enough.
Do I hear
Sorry?
Do I hear commotion? Do I hear commotion coming from the necromancer?
That's where you heard the feed from, but I don't know if Demetrius is probably not making a lot of noise right now. But that is where the noise came from. You're pretty sure that's where everything is happening.
Okay, I guess with the net being on these skeletons, if I heard right, I want to just go ahead and stomp on their heads.
Hey, fair enough. You get to stomping. And we go to Bill. Dimitri's turn.
So, where am I exactly?
Oh, you're very low. Can you move a bit closer to the microphone?
Speak up. Where am I exactly positioned?
You are right beside the skeleton monster, beside a reactor, it looks like.
Okay. First thing I do is activate my invulnerability tattoo.
Cool.
My invulnerability tattoo, and then also my sword.
Yep. You begin to glow, both in your hand and around you. Then we'll move on to Felix.
So this big monstery thing of smoke and bone. I think we're gonna dance.
Yep.
Have ourselves a dance off. Do some break dancing, and by break dancing I mean my fist to break his dance.
You can certainly try.
Will you you'll see a to strike bonus over here. 1d20 plus 4, please.
Something went wrong there. Whoa,
Ooh.
natural 20, very nice. Well, I am going to
Whoop,
try
whoop.
to parry it, but no, not a natural 20.
All right, roll 2 dice 6 x2.
I think something went wrong again. That seems not right. You should be doing at least 4 damage. That. Yeah. Try just rolling 2d6 and we'll just double that.
Times 2. Should be x2. Oh, is it asterisk 2? Oh, okay. Roll 2 dice 6 asterisk 2. Sorry.
It's okay. I just think 2 was quite low for a critical hit,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
There you go.
Well, you do 12 damage. You hit into this shadowy bone part and your hand goes somewhat through it. It does seem to take some residue with it, but you're not quite sure how much you actually hurt it.
That's unfortunate.
But that leads us to Sophia. A little bit higher too.
I'm gonna do the chain with broken legs, supernatural strength.
Cool. You are now strong.
I'm sorry.
You are now strong. And that gets us to Illustra and the Wendigo. Illustra, you go first. I'm feeling nice today.
Okay, so I've seen these skeletons get flung around and then obliterated in the room behind us, and now here we are hearing noises in front of us while we're hanging out in the hallway.
Yep.
Okay.
In a bubble.
Oh, we're in a bubble? Yep. My bubble or her bubble?
Her bubble.
Okay.
Sophia, you made a bubble last time.
Let's see then. Well, I guess what I'll probably do is kind of start, like, I don't want to go outside the bubble, but I want to, like, creep towards the door where I hear all the noise, the current noise that's going on.
Yep.
But I don't want to leave the bubble.
And that'll get you about here. Maybe here.
Okay.
Yep. Anyone want to do anything else than move?
And I'll just say, if she moves more, like, during hers, I will continue that with her.
Cool. Fair enough. Then it's time for the Wendigo. Looks at the Atlantean and the Totem Warrior in disgust. Well, not so much disgust, actually. Quite the opposite of disgust. You seem tasty.
Mm.
It draws itself back, and a piercing scream erupts from it. Now I would like very much everybody to make me a horror factor save against 12 for hearing the scream. And we'll get back to the Totem Warrior and the Voyager in a minute and see what other effects that has. Do you have any bonus for that, Rembrandt?
Where would I be looking for that?
It should be if you have any horror factor bonus from something.
Versus HF. Or versus
Sorry?
horror factor should be one of these two. Okay.
One more time?
I think they're talking amongst themselves.
Oh.
That was chances roll 13.
You make the horror factor then? Cool.
I thought I had more against that, but I guess I don't.
not make it either.
No, I don't see it.
You might not have one, or a
Yeah.
No,
bonus for
it should be in your powers maybe, because you
Yeah.
don't have an OCC. But if you don't have any bonus in your powers, you probably don't have it.
No.
Most classes don't get a bonus to save versus horror factor.
Mainly magical practitioners get it, but otherwise no. Oh, was that from Bill or Sophia?
11 was from Sophia.
Cool.
Bill's was 13.
You're good then.
Factor.
You should
Oh
have
no,
a bonus.
13 is fine.
Oh, I had a +9.
Oh yeah, so you're not an 11, you're a 20.
Yeah.
So 20,
You're good.
13,
You're good.
13. All three of us made our saves.
Cool. Well, then, let's see. Both Rembrandt and Illustra, you both lose initiative, which means you lose your next attack, which is just a wasted attack. And a round goes by where you can't do anything. And I would very much like Demetrius and Felix to make me a save versus fatigue. No, that's pain actually, which just is your PE bonus for poison and all, and toxins and stuff like that. You need to roll me a 14 or higher. Which the first one definitely does. Which was Felix, I gather.
Yes.
And yes, that is
So
also
difficulty
safe.
getting this taken care of.
Then you only get half damage, which is probably good.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't dice and drive.
My vulnerability keeps me basically it's like an automatic save against all physical attacks.
Scroll up. What's my PE? It'll be on the top left. Scroll up.
You both get 10 damage as you feel yourself emptied of energy. You feel hungry, very hungry, but not as hungry as you could have been.
Can I do something?
You lost initiative, so no.
Right, I can't engage the combat, but can I like itch or like dig for something or prepare for
not-
something?
Not until we've had the entire round through, and then you can do something again because you shake yourself loose, so to speak.
Okay.
But that was the Wendigo. The
The
skeletons.
grass is
used-
back!
The skeletons use their turn to try to reform some more, which doesn't really help them because you stomp them and play bowling with them and stuff like that. The skeletons are probably not gonna be a threat in this battle, which is probably lucky because the Wendigo most certainly is. So let's take it from the top again, and that is where we'll get to you, Rembrandt.
So,
Shake
well,
yourself
hold on. You said we took half damage. What half damage did we take?
10.
10
from
MDC?
21. Yep. Which would have
Okay.
gone directly to your hit points if you weren't MDC creatures, by the way.
My invulnerability tattoo gives me basically an automatic save against any physical damage.
So that was for half damage. So
So you take 10 damage only.
So on here, you should see MDC. You see it?
But Rembrandt, it's your turn.
Let me scroll up. I can't
Yes, I have.
really take a
on
look
my
at it. Bill, can you
equipment-
help provide it? My MDC. I don't know where it's at.
Sorry.
I'll scroll up.
In my equipment, I have
You know, you made
Right there.
earplugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
packages of
70.
construction type
Yeah, well,
earplugs for sound,
you also right here might be easier.
for sound protection.
Just a minute. Chance, can you mute yourself
Just
while
got
you're
it.
talking? Oh, thank you. Again, one more. Sorry, Rembrandt. One more time.
Yes, in my equipment guide, I have like blast protection, eardrum protection plugs. I want to dig out, I guess, 3 pairs, one for me and one for everybody behind me, because I don't know what's going on in there yet, but I can prepare the 2 behind me
Cool.
from that kind of psionic assault again. So that's what I want to do. I'm gonna say, put these in. I'm gonna show them how to do it. I twist it, just like they show you in the diagrams. I squish it in the thing, and it bulges up a bit, and I hand them out to those guys. Don't put them in your mouth. Don't swallow them. Put them in your ear.
Earbuds.
Yes.
Earbuds. Yeah, sure. You could definitely do that. I've moved you over to them. Which gets us to Demetrius.
I gotta unmute. I can't unmute him.
Oh, have they frozen?
The video might have frozen. Let's see here. Yeah, we might have lost them. They're on the road right now, so.
Yeah. Seems like it. Which is sad because Demetrius will probably do a lot of damage. If he hits. I mean, you never know. Oh. They're probably trying to reboot.
Yep, yep.
Hopefully they'll be right back.
What probably happened is they probably went to hit the unmute button, hit the hang up button by mistake. I've done that before.
That is very possible. He rolled a fumble.
Especially when you're driving.
Up the phone. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll be right back.
Well, we got a couple minutes.
Yeah, you want to do some shout-outs
I was
or
just going to
something?
share some of the things I've been working on. I got some owl bears that I've been painting. So they're the very base level right now. I haven't really done a lot of detailed stuff with them yet. And then almost done my frost giant. Been working on him for a little bit now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a little bit of light there. You can see some of the details. I'm trying to get the ice to look just the way I want it to, but
I think you've done a good job so far.
It's getting there.
Good highlights on that axe.
It's getting there. What else have I been working on here? My bullywogs. Just need to do some highlighting, but on this.
That name always makes me laugh. I don't know why, but it's a fun
There are
name.
like 12 of those
Bullywogs.
guys. All different little poses and stuff.
Small frog people.
So yeah, I gotta finish those guys up. Takes up a lot of time because there's a lot of them.
That's the problem with the small guys. I had to paint the orc army for my job, and the freaking Gretchens. Oh man, those gruts. There was a lot of gruts.
Yeah.
Very small.
And it's easier when they all look the same, but it's more boring when they all look the same.
Yeah, fortunately most of the orc minis are pretty different, so it was fun, but it was really tough.
Try to make sure I get like different ones for, they're easier to distinguish the difference, when you're playing and stuff.
Yeah.
So, the 3 owlbears, 12 bullywugs, frost giant. I got 6 goats.
6 goats.
Hey, sometimes you just need.
Seems like a weird addition.
Seems like you just need some regular animals sometimes. I've got these eagles, whatever, that I haven't done yet. So that'll probably be in the next batch, along with some of these. Well, these things are just pretty cool looking. They're little ghost guys.
Yeah.
So I got them primed and ready. And this is for the other campaign, but give a sneak peek.
Oh, that's nice.
Alright.
Oh.
And I bought enough time.
I think we might have contact.
Sorry about that. My phone overheated.
Oh, well, it does that sometimes.
And it froze again. Hope it's not
Is it just video?
continuously overheating.
Did we
freeze
again?
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, but only shortly.
And my phone's
back.
apparently overheating, having the video and the Skype and the Bluetooth all at once. It's overheating my phone.
We'll see what happens.
There is. If it happens again, you'll have to give us a minute. I'll turn on a hotspot. We'll try to use my laptop instead.
Fair enough. But we were getting to Demetrius. It is. Oh.
It's gonna be smooth now. I took the
Demetrius,
cover off it, so that should help cool it down.
Oh.
It's fine.
But Demetrius, you are standing next to this being of horror and terror, and you are not afraid. What do you do?
As an Atlantean, I've seen up here, so it's time for me to smite this thing. I'm gonna swing my sword at it.
Yep. You swing away.
1 plus.
Sorry?
Just getting the bonus.
Sorry. Yep.
Sorry, chat. I know it's kind of a pain, but
Ah.
we got stuck with some unexpected technical difficulties.
It parries with a natural 20. It does not care that
No.
you are an Atlantean. It swipes you away easily. Wah. Bah. Anyway,
Shit, guys, the bad guys. They are fighting against us.
that leads us to Felix, who are also standing next to this.
Would you say that we are near a landline or a ley line? No. Would you say that this is an alien intelligence or a shard thereof?
No.
Okay. 1d20 plus 5. I'm using my spirit bow.
You are shooting it with an 8.
Enough to hit it as long as it doesn't
Mhm.
try to parry me.
It doesn't dodge you because it doesn't want to dodge, and it can't parry a shot. So you hit. Give me damage.
5 dice 6 or 4 dice 6. No, it is 5 dice 6. Can't be 3. There's 5 dice involved.
I was just wondering that again. That seemed low.
5 dice 6.
Well,
better.
Better.
Yeah, punching it made my hand hurt, so I'm just gonna shoot arrows at it now.
Again, it does seem to have some sort of effect, taking along some residue away from it that kind of disappears in wisps of smoke. but hard to measure how much that actually did. So that gets us to Sophia. You have received a couple of earbuds from Rembrandt.
Earplugs.
Put them in.
Yep.
I put them in.
Yep.
Can I swing my chain again?
You swing your chain?
Yeah, I have the ability to have a chain with a broken link, which gives me supernatural strength.
So you already activated, so you have the strength now. So now you can
Yeah.
attack with that strength.
Okay.
Super telekinesis cattle fragilistic.
Yeah, what he said.
So you're gonna throw around the skeletons, or?
Yes! Throw him the bones with no meat on them.
Well, you don't need to roll that really. They don't really resist, so you just use your turn to make sure that no skeleton gets near you. That is no problem. Cool. Well, that gets us once again to Illustra and the Wendigo, and once again, I'm feeling in a giving mood. Illustra, you go first.
Okay, so I've been handed earbuds and told not to
I've
eat
got
them
one.
because they're not candy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll put them in my ears. But now I'm scared of whatever's in that room, so I don't know that I want to continue to go down that hallway. So I will actually get behind Remy.
That's totally fair. So I'll put you around
Yep.
here.
And I'll kind of like push him forward, like, "You go- let's go check it out."
Fair enough. Well, that gets us back to the Wendigo. The Wendigo is not really impressed by this flaming sword that it can just swipe away. However, the bow kind of hurt. So it takes a great big swiping claw against Felix, tries to tear out some vital organ. And you can most definitely parry that if you want to, which I very much recommend that you do. No, don't bother.
Don't
Apparently, it was too sure of itself. It thought it could never lose and rolled a natural one.
On the right.
Which kind of just makes it swipe into the air and looks confused at its claws and you. So, no worries.
That's right. We're dancing and I'm winning, sucker.
Well, kind of, I guess. The skeletons being thrown around by April's telekinesis are once again not doing much, but trying desperately to reach their other bones and try to reform. There is one hand that is slowly egging towards you, but it can't really do anything else but scratch your shoes, so you're not really worried. So, let's take it from the top once more. Let's start with you, Rembrandt.
Okay, so seeing how we have a bit of time, I think they have things a bit under control for the moment.
Seems like it.
I'm gonna go to Illustria. I'm gonna turn to Illustria and I say, my armor allows you to cloak and become part of the environment, camouflage. It will probably work better on you since you have that hex ability that can kind of null out people's powers. Do you want to swap and become invisible?
Would probably take more than a round to
understand that.
change
I
armor.
understand that.
Is
but it's
now
no
the
better
time?
right now than ever. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
All right, so I start taking
So
off my
you-
armor and I say, take off your armor. We'll swap. They're unisex, so they'll go on either bodies.
Fair enough, you begin exchanging armors. No problem. this is something you can definitely do. So, Demetrius, once again, back to you and the fight against the Wendigo.
I take another swipe at the leg of the Wendigo this time. Trying to
It might just work.
hamstring it.
I will rule that Oh, sorry?
I'm trying to hamstring its leg.
That's so crazy, it just might work!
I will rule that because it rolled a natural 1 before, it does not parry this roll. Because it's just too kind of stunned to realize that it's still being hit quite a lot.
Yep, 1d20 plus 1.
Not a D220, just a D20.
Oh, come on.
I'm okay with rolling a D220.
This is too weird of a system to begin with. Let's not complicate.
How big would that die have to be?
I'm not sure. Oh. Actually, no, it's a 5. You need a 5 to hit something in close combat. So you only have a +1 bonus to hit with your sword?
That's my only skill bonus to it. I don't know if the hand-to-hand is added into that or not.
Should be. It's a hand-to-hand attack.
Yeah.
Well, just a minute. What kind of hand-to-hand do you have?
+3. So it's a +4.
So,
Oh, it's +4. Then you do hit and can may definitely do some damage.
Okay.
Have you frozen again? Damage dealers?
The damage amount. 66! Oh, 6 die 6. I get ya. I have ears. They work. Sometimes. Slash roll 66.
23? Yes. That is 51. You swipe into it, and it does seem to have sort of a greater effect than when Felix, for example, punched it and shot it. The residue that leaves the body of the Wendigo seems to be burning away.
Oh, fire works good. I wonder if regular fire works, not just magic fire.
Well, you can try out your theory. It's your turn.
Okay. So, but I got some fire water, and I've got a lighter. Well, I mean, I've got flint. I guess that would probably kind of be difficult to do. I would probably need more preparation time than I have right here, so I think I'm just going to have to use my bow again.
Fair enough.
I don't have enough preparation time right now. Yep, it'd be a D20 and then 5, plus 5.
Ooh.
17!
It will this time try to dodge you because it's now afraid of your arrow. Well, not afraid, but oh, I get a natural 20. I use an attack. You should have an attack on it, but I get a natural 20 by dodging. It sidesteps your arrow easily. My dice roll today are on a freaking roll. Well, yep, kind of sorry about that. Well, Sophia, it is your turn.
Can I still keep using my super telekinesis?
Oh, yeah, sure. You can definitely do that. So,
Take care of those skellies.
no skeletons are a threat. I should.
No, you don't even have to roll.
No, you don't, because it's basically, most of it is immobile bones that are just trying to collect themselves until you just tear them apart and throw them everywhere, so they can't do that. I have a feeling I'm not gonna use my skeleton stats tonight. So let's go to Illustra, who, well, you apparently are exchanging armor, which will take some time. I mean, it's form-fitting body armor, so it's pretty much everything that has to be changed. So, yeah, that's what you use your turn for, I guess,
Yep.
Illustra? Yep. Well, you have most of your armor off, both of you, at the end of this turn. You still need the boots and stuff like that. So next turn you can try to put it on as well. But the Wendigo is very, very angry. And very, very hungry. And it really doesn't like being burned like that. So it's gonna take a swipe at Demetrius. And you have to parry a 15.
So let's try this.
Oh,
Aha!
very nice. You parry with your flaming sword, which again kind of hurts it. You see that it's definitely something to do with the fire. It kind of recoils and hisses at you.
Is there anything flammable in there, in this room?
I yell aloud.
Well,
Fire!
there's a very big reactor that's kind of made of metal, so not exactly flammable, but probably not good to put to fire. I mean, let's face it. It looks kind of like a nuclear reactor-ish.
I yelled to the rest of the team, fire! It seems to be weak to fire!
This is messages that has now reached the rest of the team. Which brings us to, well, Rembrandt, you just use your turn to change armor, so I guess we'll just move on from that. Demetrius, your turn once again.
I'm going to follow with the parry around to strike to the neck with the sword.
Yes. Make a small pirouette. Well, it hits. I'm definitely going to try and parry that. And I do parry that. So even though it hurts it to push away the flaming sword, it still tries, and still it succeeds. And that leaves us to add Felix.
But I'm going to fire it again. 1 dice, 1
Sure.
5.
Oh, very nice, very nice. It will try and dodge once more. Nope, not a dodge. Give me some damage.
Roll 5. This is my 4th action. Yes, my 4th attack.
18 damage. That is 16. It looks somewhat insubstantial at this point, more than it was before. More see-through, but still present enough to be dangerous.
Guitar,
Say.
bitch!
So, Sophia? Are you continuing your telekinetic onslaught?
I was trying to do the different telekinesis again.
Go. More skeletons will be crushed in your telekinetic might. You are powerful and they are puny. Which gets us to Illustra, who is changing armor again, I guess. You are putting on Rembrandt's armor at this point?
Yep. Yep.
Yep. It's not quite the perfect fit. I mean, it is one fits everybody, but you do have somewhat different sizes, so it's probably a bit baggy for you. But you try to put it on. Reversely, Rembrandt, the armor you are putting on the Plastic Man is kind of tiny compared to your body type, but you can wear it. It's just kind of uncomfortable. But let's get back to the Wendigo, which once again leans back with its head and screams a primal scream of hunger. Since you have already done your horror factor save, this is not a problem at the moment, but Demetrius and Felix, please make me a save versus pain, which is a 14, but with your PE bonus.
1d20 plus 2. What difficulty?
14.
Okay.
No.
Ow!
And Demetrius? No, you get full damage, both of you this time. You will be hungry, so very hungry. You will get 20 damage each, as it sucks out your power of life.
60 to a 40.
And which brings us back to, well, Rembrandt, this is the final turn of just putting everything in its place and just fitting it so it's actually an armor. The next turn you will be fine to join the battle once more, but I guess we're also at the point where we're rolling initiative again soon. So, Demetrius, do you have any more attacks?
I still have 2 attacks.
Yeah, of course, but Demetrius?
Again, I'm going to swipe at his head with the sword.
Yep.
That's 20 plus 4.
Swap away with a sort of fire.
Fire.
All children of the 90s here.
You said fire.
I parry with a 13. So that is a parry.
There it is, you filthy casual.
So yeah, no fire damage for it this time. We move on to, no Felix.
I will shoot my bow one more time with a 1d20 plus 5.
Yep.
25.
Single hit. Give me that
This
double damage.
time, the spirits are empowering me and putting this unnatural aberration back from whence it came. Slash roll 5 dice 6 asterisk 2.
Suddenly, in his victory speech, the Native American is doing math for reasons unknown. But 28 damage, not bad. That would be 18, that's 86, 97. No, not quite. It does look like this hurted quite a bit. It is still standing and still quite malevolent, and will probably try to hurt you if not dealt a bit more damage. Which, of course, brings us to Sophia,
Do you have any attacks
who
left?
are trying to throw around the skeletons again, I guess.
Yeah, this would be number 5.
So more telekinesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. More skeletons are crushed. Crushed, I say. And Illustra, you are also zipping up the stealth armor, so you are ready for the next turn, but I guess you're out of attacks anyway.
Yes.
And then it's the Wendigo again. This is rather fast for Palladium battles, really, when you get right down to it. It will swing at Demetrius. Swing like it never swung before. Maybe, depending entirely on how I roll. No, it will not swing like it swung before. Be careful of calling a result before you actually roll the die. It fumbles once again. I can only do the really, really good rolls or the really, really bad rolls today. Which is fine. It all adds up, really. It does not hit, and once again is stunned into inaction and cannot parry the next roll against it. Which brings us, I guess, to, well, Rembrandt, you've finally gotten the armor on. It's a tight fit, but you are now armored. What do you want to do? Do you have any more attacks?
I think I have like 5, 6 attacks.
If you have 6,
Yeah,
you
this
have
would be
one
number
more.
6.
Yeah, and you said I have one more then, right?
If you have 6, then you have one more.
Okay. Well, the last thing I'm gonna do is hand Illustra a pistol, and I tell her this is a stun pistol. It's not a lethal weapon. It'll knock out your opponents if you can have a ranged weapon now. So you can be invisible, get close to the enemy, hex voodoo their powers, and then knock them out with a gun. It's not gonna kill them.
She grabs it by the barrel.
And I take my rifle and I go into the room here. Can you see me, Pingen?
Yep.
And I guess
I can.
I can't progress because of these guys are blocking the room, right? It looks like that.
Yeah,
So I
you can't really.
so I guess I yell at them. I say, "Can you guys lure out the enemy?" And I want to find cover. I don't want to be. I want
That won't be necessary.
You know.
So over here maybe where you're in cover of the here.
Yeah, maybe
the
there.
squares.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can see over the.
Yeah, it looks like they got
there.
it. Now, do I see all this brilliance of light coming out of the room from Felix's awesome power?
Well, you mainly see a lot of glare from fire, and once in a while the bone stretching out with claws swiping out.
All right. Well, I don't want to. There's no reason for me to botch up the choke the room, so I'll just stay here and guard and make sure everything is, anything comes out is going to get fired upon if it's a bad guy, and I'll just stand ground right here.
Yep, that's fine. Demetrius, that was your last attack last time, right?
Yeah, I had 5, so that was 5.
Yeah. Cool. Felix, do you have any more?
I have 1 attack left, and that's going to be another bow. The spirit of the ancestors are putting him down for good. 1 die 20 plus 5, please.
Be careful of calling those shots. Just see what happened to me. Well, it's just me then. Yeah, give me some damage. It will not try to dodge
5
this
dice 6.
because it is stunned into complete mystery of how it can fumble. A fumbling Wendigo. No, beware.
A fumbleigo.
A fumbling. 15 damage. Getting very close. But no cigar yet. Well, I guess let's see. Dostra didn't have any more, Sophia didn't have any more. Wendigo doesn't have any more because it dodged. And then it's a new initiative round, but I think before we roll the next initiative round, let's take a small 5-minute break where I can just get a new drink. And so let's be back in 5 minutes.
All right. 1.
Welcome back to the next round of initiative. Let's see how it goes with the Wendigo. That does seem rather hurt. Everybody, roll away. While I do the same.
Thank you. 16.
16. And 6 for Remy. And did a 16 as well. Lots of 16 around.
Where's her initiative? So maybe a no bonus?
Still need the Atlanteans initiative.
So the only initiative that she has is still her power.
The 6th sense. But that's already done with now, so I think you.
Yeah, there's no
rate
6th sense.
20.
Oh!
Oh, there you
Level
go.
20 of what? Cool.
Bill.
No, go ahead. Straight roll.
17. So
And a
20,
17 for-
17, 16.
Well, that definitely makes it. Demetrius, starting off with this natural 20. You are hyped, you are burning, you are on fire.
April with the 20.
Oh,
April
April was the 20.
20.
Sorry. Then you are on fire. Well, you're not really, but it's your turn.
Everything is fine. Sorry.
Yep. More skeletons explode. Oh, yeah, again you. Don't need to roll. But more skeletons explode. There are most of them are just basically in pieces at this point. It's small shrapnel of bone more than skeletons. A couple of teeth. Maybe a jaw here and there, but they are most definitely blasted apart at this point. You have taken care of
You're
that.
turning them into dust and flubber.
Pretty much. You are the bone master. So Demetrius. No, yep, that's Demetrius.
Oh, and her master.
You said that. Not me.
He said bone. He said bone.
Demetrius. Swing that flaming boner. I mean sword.
It's not on fire. It just burns a little when I see it.
All right, I'm going for the neck again.
Cool. Oh, definitely a hit. Let's see if I parry. I do not parry. Give me damage. From fire.
6 dice 6.
I bring you fire. Da da da. I want you to burn.
6.
Yep. It seems like its antlers are aflame at this moment, but it seems like this dark, almost black flame, and inside the skull it's almost beginning to hollow even more. It seems very close to whatever its version of demise may be, but again, not quite. So We have both Felix Illustra and the Wendigo at 16. Let's start with Illustra.
Okay. So I've got armor now, and I've got a
Yes,
gun.
you do.
I will move to the end of the hallway and just kind of peek around the corner.
Down where the other
yeah,
people are?
yep.
Oh, down there. Yeah, cool. Here, so you can see what's going on. You see what's going on.
All right. Do I have a visual range of the bad guy?
How much of a range do the new gun have?
Where is it? It is the range like 100 feet.
Should be
I think.
possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that should be.
But I got visual
yeah,
on him. I guess is what.
You do, but again, he is in close combat with both Demetrius and Felix. So if you roll a 1, you might hit one of them.
I'm
Just so you know.
gonna roll myself a self-imposed thing here real quick.
Cool.
Okay. So
That's a pretty good roll.
yeah. So I get lucky and I know how to point this thing in the right direction. Otherwise, I was gonna either shoot myself or the floor. So yeah, I'll fire at it with this gun thing.
Sure. Give me a roll.
I just see Ruby Rod and Fifth Dylan. Oh God! Oh, is he okay?
And I don't know if this thing has any recoil, but I am not prepared for that because it's kind of more like a.
Fortunately, energy weapons
Yeah.
have no recoil whatsoever. Well, I think plasma does, but that's
It'll be
plasma.
okay.
All right, so. I gotta go back
Oh my God!
to
Oh
D20.
my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Please roll a natural 20. Please roll. Oh, you definitely hit. You definitely hit. Now.
I think she's gonna fumble with it afterwards a little bit and be like, "Oh, whoa."
Yes, something along those lines. And it's the stun gun that Rembrandt handed
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
which unfortunately demands that whatever it hits had some sort of nervous system, which this thing really doesn't. So it does light it up a bit.
Ooh, pretty.
It is kind of pretty, but it doesn't do a lot other than just glare a bit above the neck of Felix and watching you, but probably not enough to go.
I didn't stun one of my friends, so I count it as a success.
Yes. Well, that gets us to, well, we're still in the 16th, so yeah, Felix, I'll get you do before with the Wendigo. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
Spirit bow! May the spirits guide my bow! Flash roll 1d5.
17.
I got a totem for you. Pew! Did he dodge?
Oh, you rolled. You haven't rolled yet, have you?
17.
17. Oh, you have rolled. Ah, then no, he doesn't dodge. So please give me some damage. He wants to use his attacks to ripping you apart because he finds that amusing. $23. Not a bad roll at all. So that's 50, that's 63. Good, good, good. It is still standing and will try to hit you a lot. Well, once, really, but it wants to hit you a lot. It wants to, but once again, apparently, don't really know
He's been
what to
spending too
say.
much time around the radiation.
And me.
Yeah. It's sluggish, really. It's seen better days. It's tired. Maybe it's suicidal. I don't know. Maybe it's just really, really hungry. For some reason, it can't do jack with its claws, and once again, completely misses. Which you should actually feel kind of lucky about because its claws are rather powerful, and I haven't hit
The
once with them.
spirits protect me.
You can fumble there.
The power of Fox protects me. The power of Fox protects me.
It does, apparently. Most certainly. Well, Rembrandt, it's your turn.
All right, how are these skeletons looking over here in this room?
In a clump under a great big net.
Are they like reforming? Are they?
Well, they're trying to, but again, you stumped them the last time you were in here, so a lot of them still doesn't have full skulls. They're not a threat at the moment.
And then what about the ones back here? We stomped those out pretty good too, right?
Yeah. I would say that tactically that the skeletons shouldn't be a problem for at least 5 rounds.
Do I have a clear shot at the enemy?
Not a clear one, but again, as long as you don't roll a natural 1, you will not hit your friends.
I'm just gonna stand ground, hold position.
Cool. Well, that gets it to the top again with Sophia.
Do the super telekinesis again.
You are
making
taking
certain-
these small shrapnels of skeleton and turning them into a powder at this point. You've made this small pile of bone meal.
Somebody
and you're
say
just adding
powder?
picking up bones, crushing them, picking up bones, crushing them.
Have fun.
Like the Blue Man Group. Dum, 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 dum.
It has a certain rhythm to it, really. You are the crushinator. Yes, Demetrius, your turn.
I smell a defeat coming soon, so I'm going to go ahead and plunge my sword right into the heart of this thing.
Yeah.
Swing away. That just hits. And I fumbled.
Did you roll a
so, my own self-imposed rules from before made sure that I cannot parry this because I fumbled. So give me damage.
Okay, great.
Oh, it was a 1. Sorry, it's a natural 1. Then you don't. No. Sorry. I just
Natural
saw 5.
1.
Yeah. So no, you don't hit. You fumble as well. Ha! I'm not the only one.
Roll 28.
It was so close. Anyway, we're back to the 16th again. Let's go the other way around and start with the Wendigo. See if I roll another 1. It will swipe at you once again, Felix. I hit this time. You have to dodge a 13. Well, parry of 13.
Parry? Okay, 1d20. What was my 4? 1d20 4.
Oh, no problem. You parry. So, let's go for Felix.
Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Duck and cover.
I look disapprovingly at my friend who just critically failed his attack. Give him the sad eyes, shake my head a little bit. Pull my magic spiritual bowstring back and let loose. 1d20 plus 5.
While still looking at me and disapprovingly.
Depends on how good my roll is.
Something went wrong there.
Yeah.
Well, you hit. Just.
Slash,
I
roll
will
5
not
dice.
touch it because I am baffled. So you will do me some damage. Oh, 20. 20. Okay. Well, as it stands there in bafflement from missing again and again and again, and kind of laughing a bit by the situation that it's not the only one that keeps failing miserably, it turns away and does not see the arrow that once again plunges towards it. It hits just in the collarbone, so to speak, and you hear a grinding, shattering, unfortunately quite uncomfortable noise as the Wendigo explodes and dissipates. The remaining bone meal and shrapnel stops moving at all. You are quite sure that it's not trying to regenerate anymore. And a sort of peace settles around you all.
Okay, so
I could really go for some beef jerky.
I tell the guys that in one of these rooms that was sealed off earlier, there's some beds and some cases and bunk chests that might have some stuff in there, hopefully food. I'll go take a look.
You don't find any food because whatever's left in there has been there for a couple of 100 years. The problem is actually getting it out of the room. What you basically find is mainly personal items, but personal items that will have some antique value.
Clean underwear?
Some clean, but rather old underwear,
Okay.
so it's...
Better than nothing. Chafing.
You can find, let's see... 1,700 credits worth of black market items of different kinds. Uniforms, soaps, nudie magazines. But again, the challenge will be getting them out of the room with the sealed doors.
Right. Now, I have basic mechanical, and there was a mechanical lever that opened the room, right?
Oh yeah, now that you have
Right.
time, you can definitely
Try to
just
repair it.
work on that. Yeah, you don't need to roll. There's nothing trying to stop you. You're not on any stress at the moment, so it'll take you a couple of hours, but as long as the rest of the group doesn't mind you staying for a couple of hours, that's fine.
Just
Worst case scenario, I can just punch a hole in it.
Yeah, why don't we just do that and take 10 minutes? I have the C4 too. I can blow off a door.
I guess you could do the violent route if you want to.
I just want them quick and done.
Yep. Then you now have 1,700 credits worth of black market
Alright.
items.
Another thing I wanted to do was go to Demetrius, and I offer him these 2 pens.
Bill.
And one of these pens I clip on his collar, and one of these pens I clip on his sleeve. And I tell him, now when I'm on a mission or I'm away from the group, you can talk in your sleeve and we can communicate. This is a remote microphone and a remote listening device, so we can talk to each other.
Star Trek badge. Demetrius log 2719.30. 5 1/4.
The only question I have, does Demetrius actually have sleeves?
On my hooded cloak, I do.
Yeah, I guess. Mr. Bare Chest guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That way we can stay in contact if I'm scouting about. All right, so we got 1,700 worth of stuff. And I show them what we got. I say, hey, this is what we got. Underwear.
Waterwear?
Underwear.
That looks a little dry rot.
Pre-cataclysm underwear, man.
It's MDC underwear.
Now they didn't have any dry food in
Yeah,
like those airtight bags, those like future bags. They had nothing like that.
No. There's a couple of chocolate bars that are definitely not worth eating anymore. But no.
Alright.
Nothing that
There's
will
another
last for a
cartridge.
couple of hundred years.
All right. Well, we gotta figure out how we're gonna eat.
So yeah. Do you do anything else in the bunker now that the Wendigo is no longer a threat?
Yeah, no. These hills right here. All the granite in these back. It's gonna be in and out for the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, we should probably want to
We're in
head
a dry
back to
patch.
see what the doctor.
You're heading back to Gentle Dream?
Is it still freezing outside?
Cool. Well, when you look outside, you see that the wind has died down quite a bit. It's still wintry, so there's snow everywhere and stuff like that, but it's not, doesn't look biting cold, just, normal cold.
Okay.
You could probably find your way back, of course, with the help of your wilderness survival expert.
I have
Let's head back to the ladies' camp, to the elders' camp.
Yep.
Gentle Dreams.
Cool. You get back to the hut, where both Dr. Forsyth and David is waiting for you. David looks a bit confused, but again, David, most of the time he looks a bit confused from the time you met him, so maybe not that odd. But Gentle Dream
The
looks up.
spirits of hunger will bother you no more, wise one.
Yes, I can see that. Very good work, young ones. Very good work. You have done me a great favor, and I will make sure that the spirits know you when you travel these lands.
Okay.
Now... Oh, sorry.
Can you repeat that last part? We lost connection.
Oh, she said that she would tell the spirits to watch out for you, so when you travel these lands.
I have I want to talk to Dr. Forsyth. I have a bunch of questions.
Yes, sure. Do you do this here, or do you just want to move on while you do these questions so you can do it while
We
driving?
can do it while driving. Is that okay with everyone else?
Sure.
I still need to
you
get
all- you all-
some more beef jerky.
She does give you a bit of a dry meat and stuff like that, just to keep you over
Yes.
until you can hunt something else.
Starving.
So you do have some rations as you leave the place. But you drive all right on, and you and Dr. Forsyth are sitting in the back, Rembrandt. What do you want to ask?
Yeah, who runs Laszlo?
It's basically two councils. One that specializes in knowledge and one that specializes in defense, really. Both of them have 12 members. The Council of Learning, the ones we're working for, is mainly headed by a dragon by the name of Plato. While the Council of Defense is headed by a cyber knight by the name of Sisma. A wolfen, I think.
Now, who's in charge of law and order in Laszlo?
That would be Sisma.
Sisma? Who is in charge of? Is there any resistance groups in Laszlo that works against the coalition?
No, we're pretty peaceful. I think Tolkien does a little bit of that, but they are on the battlefield, well, sort of anyway, so I can kind of understand it. We're not really a military force as such. We do have a defense, of course. You need to against all the demons.
Who is Tolkien?
It's another settlement, a bit southwestern from Laszlo. I just needed to get my directions right in
What's
my
the
head.
name of that settlement?
Tolkien.
In Tolkien is a resistance kind of group or organization.
They're in an
Yes, but,
active war.
Okay, and do you have
pretty much.
do you have a comm channel to Tolkien?
No. You have to understand that I'm not really any authority in this. I'm just maybe a professor, so you'll have to ask when we get back to
Well,
Laszlo.
what about Sisma, the Cyber Knight? Do you have a
Oh, he would have, but he is in Laszlo.
right? But
so,
do you have a comm channel to him, a communication channel? Like I noticed you have a radio in your car, right? So I'm assuming everybody talks on radio, where radio is usable.
Yes, but not at that distance. There's no system. There's no
Excellent.
poles that carry the
But do
signal.
you have
so
a channel?
I know.
Okay. What about and you don't have one for the Knowledge Council either.
No.
Okay. Do you have anyone? Do you reach out? Who will we get a hold of? If something happens to you, and
That's why we're the ones to get a hold of. That's why we're out on this recon.
okay.
Yeah, he points at them while Felix is saying that.
Okay, but last of kin or anyone, do we have someone that you would want us to get a hold of in case something happens to you?
Well, the Council of Learning. Really.
We don't have a channel for them. Do you have a channel for the Council of Learning?
No, like I said, I don't do radio stuff. We don't really do radio stuff in this planet.
Okay.
There's not enough civilization.
All right.
I have a nexus, but I can communicate with them through my abilities.
Yes, like Demetrius said.
And I also wanted to bring up a conversation we had earlier that we didn't really get much into, but when we were talking about rifts in parallel worlds, we were talking about me being here and being out of sync with my realm, because we don't have a post-apocalyptic world where I come from.
There are many Earths that are parallel to each other that apparently are quite different from
Exactly. But I'm assuming since I got brought over, the Dr. Killian that I got sucked in with might be here as well.
This is very possible.
So
yes.
I just wanted to make sure we understood that when we're going into his last location for research, we might run into the psychopath, because on my world, he was always up on charges for unethical treatment, medical experiments. He was always finding ways around a loophole. He wasn't an ethical person, but he wasn't, he kept finding a way to skirt the system, so you couldn't really do anything to him. But this guy is just a little bit off his rocker, but he's a brilliant mind, and he's a dangerous person that we would confront if we do run into him.
I gather that this last part is something that you tell the rest of the team as well, that they will probably be using that information a bit more than poor Dr. Forsyth.
I also want to go to his radio and scan his bands and see if he has any channels locked in on his CB.
Dr. Forsyth radio?
Yeah. Some
he doesn't have a radio.
Well, Lenny, right? Lenny communicate.
Oh, Lenny. He has no locked channels unless any of you have locked any channels into him.
Just the one that I have of him. Okay, that was it. Oh.
Well, when you have this conversation, and while you have this conversation, David is approaching you, Illustra. Excuse me, love. Can I have a moment?
Well, of course.
It's just I don't know if it's anything. I'm new to this world, and something happened, and I don't know if it's important, but I guess it's good to say. When we were waiting for you in the hut, you see, the hut with the witch, shaman lady. I had this weird dream. It was a very weird dream. And I was kind of floating out of my body, watching myself sleeping in the hut.
Oh, I do that all the time. It's fine.
It was normal?
Oh yeah.
I've never done it before. It was very odd. So I saw this old lady, the shaman. She was talking to this very strange woman. In black armor. I don't know. The armor was woman-shaped, but she was wearing a helmet, kind of demonic. Very black, very shiny, well, glossy. And they seem to be arguing and pointing at Dr. Forsyth.
Oh. Well, I mean, was he, like, awake?
No, he was sleeping.
Oh. Well, I'll make sure to mention it. Yeah, I mean...
I don't know if it was important. Maybe it was some of the pills I took.
I don't either, but I don't remember any shiny armor lady around. If that was the case, I don't know why she wouldn't have gone and done what we did.
No, I haven't seen her before, so, very scary. There's horns and everything.
Well,
On the helmet. I don't know if she had horns, but the armor had horns.
I wouldn't worry your pretty little codpiece about it. I'll go talk to the others.
Oh, good.
Light it up!
Well, he is royalty. I mean, it's kind of good fit, I guess. Elastra, you get to the other people and you share the story?
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell everybody about it.
I would very much like our dear Atlanteans to make me a dimensional law check.
I have Native American, and I think I have Demons and Monsters, but those are the only two that I really have. And cattle.
Oh, this is very specific. It's a racial ability that all Atlanteans have, dimensional knowledge. I think, Demetrius, you have a bigger one because you're a Voyager. It's kind of a skill you have. And maybe relevant depending on your roles, I guess.
So just roll 1d100.
Oh, no. First one, no.
And do the same thing
The
for you.
second one.
Roll 1d100.
95.
No.
No, clueless. We have no idea what's going on.
Well, you both get this weird sense of your neck hair rising, sort of a sense of danger, but nothing else. No details, but the description seems ominous. However, that's probably not anything.
Yeah, I don't know if it means anything.
Felix passes it on by because she's a wise woman, and Felix trusts wise women.
And none of you other people have ever heard of anything like this, so that's totally fine. You continue on.
I just don't understand why if she
towards-
had this other person, why we needed to go do this. It doesn't really make sense.
True.
But nobody else is concerned about that. I'm not terribly concerned.
That's probably not important. I mean, those hero people seems to have a grasp on it usually, so it's fine.
The ways of the wise women are not for us to judge.
True, I guess. You continue on towards the Longhouse Preserve, and after 3 days of driving and talking, many a conversation between you all, Felix at first notice riders following you from both sides, making very much sure that you see them, but still not making any aggressive move. All of them natives, most of them with mohawks. The Mohawk tribe is quite prevalent in this area.
We basically continue going at our walking pace, like openly, brazenly, no weapons in hand, just walking. Again, I see them, they see me, until one of them approaches, Right now, they want us to know that we're watching them. When they want us to stop, they'll let us know.
Who has the biggest mohawk, Felix or those guys? I'm asking GM. Who's got the biggest mohawk?
For now, it's pretty equal, the ones you've seen so far.
So they're all like
However,
equal status.
after
Is the mohawk some kind of like, you know, some governance status? The biggest the king size there.
What does Felix answer for that?
It's just personal preference.
All right.
I try not to compensate. I just like the way it looks.
Well, they're no threat, so they're not threatening us. So
Oh, no, they very well could be a threat. They're just not threatening us right now.
can I use? I got binoculars. Can I take a look and see if they have any kind of weapon? What kind of weaponry? Scope them out.
Don't worry
yeah,
about
you
that
can.
right now.
Just put an extra eye on things.
You see that most of them have melee weapons of some sort. Definitely very elaborate and handmade. About half of them, you would say, have rifles.
Are there any markings or tattoos or anything? I know it's far away, but anything that identifies them to a group or a tribe?
Well, not really tattoos or markings like that. It does seem like this mohawk motif is very prevalent, and the mohawk is slightly different from
All
Felix's
about the
mohawk.
hair, isn't it?
And they all have animal bones attached to this. I don't really know what it's called. Really, this tablet of pearls.
See, on my world, we had hair bands, and the biggest the hair, the biggest the band. So everybody had to have the biggest. That's what I was just thinking. Maybe it was some kind of relationship, but maybe not.
Doesn't seem.
They're Mohican. I'm from the forefathers
Speaking
tribe.
of tattoos, Demetrius, how did you get those? Or anyone can get one of those? Can I get one of those, or what's?
They're bestowed only upon special people within our. We have learned to keep for ourselves to allow us to survive our travels throughout.
But if they're for special people, why keep it a secret? Only certain people can use them, right?
Correct.
How
It
do
can be
you
used against them.
We used to
how do you become a special person?
I was always told you're born special.
Say that again.
You're special, just like everyone else.
All right, I didn't hear Demetrius' answer though.
You have to be Atlantean.
Oh, okay.
Atlantean.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And have somebody who can actually do it, but something else. But yes, as you've ridden a couple of, and driven for a couple of days, and they've been following you, you see some of them breaking off for a while, and after a couple of hours, they return, and in the front of this V formation of riders, you see somebody that looks a little bit more elaborate in their equipment, so to speak. I will reveal some pictures in roll 20 of two persons that is riding vanguard of these people. One woman and one man.
They're riding up towards us, you said?
Yes. Yes, they
All right,
are.
well, if they're approaching us directly, I stop entirely, kind of turn my horse just a little bit, so I'm not, like, pointing it right at them.
Hmm?
I'm obviously in the front by a little ways. Formal greeting.
They ride and ride right up until they are 3 feet from Lenny and your riding animals, and then they stop completely. Just kind of showing off a bit, Felix.
See if they got any food. Maybe we can trade some of this stuff we got.
And the
Losing
woman,
data. Say that again.
and the woman native in front takes a drag on a homemade cigarette, looks over at you, Felix. Been expecting you. The chief says the curse will come, and apparently that's you.
We're cutting out a little bit. So she said she's been expecting us. The chief said that we would be there.
And she called you the cursed.
The cursed. Okay. Oh well.
We were just blessed. Must be some mistake.
Haven't been called cursed before. Do you know why we would be being called the cursed?
Yeah,
We don't.
You'd have to ask the chief. I don't know, seeing visions and stuff like that. We're here to escort you back to the preserve.
Great. Please, we would love an escort to the preserve. To the reserve. Preserve. Yeah. We would love an escort. Thank you. I
should probably leave the car. It probably wouldn't be good to bring it, really.
Well, I mean, we're happy to, but we can't leave the vehicle alone. The vehicle has an occupant that has to stay with it.
We'll make sure it's taken care of. No worries.
I look back at the car, Lenny.
What? Yeah, what? What is it?
You okay hanging out here for a while?
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess.
Can I do a trust or some kind of insight on this one?
No, there's no real way to get a trust insight in rifts. You could get perception for seeing if they have stuff hidden on them or stuff like that, but nothing with facial movement or stuff like that.
Right.
They seem pretty straightforward, though.
I call for everybody to exit the vehicle and.
Does everybody follow the instructions?
Yeah.
Since I would be the only one mounted, as we are moving on, I will unmount so that I am with the rest of my crew. I'll be walking the horse with the rest of my crew.
Well, I guess Illustra can ride slick as well. They don't seem to mind a third.
We'll do that.
But yeah, you continue on being led by the woman who introduces herself as Lisa Tusktaker. And her friend Logan Longshot, the other man on the pictures. And they take you on to the Longhouse Preserve, a great ruined city that has been not so much rebuilt as built upon. You notice quite a lot of wooden buildings, quite a lot of tent formations, but placed in a way that would make them pretty much as good as any structure, especially when you sense the magic involved. You see thousands and thousands of people living in peace and civilization among these ruins, mainly ignoring the great big skyscrapers that's been cut in half. But every now and then, a child runs by, pointing at you, asking their mother, "Are they the cursed?" And the mother draws away the child and says it's rude to point, but doesn't answer the question. And this is where we'll end Riders in a Storm. The next part will be the city where we can't sleep, and will most likely take us to Mad Haven.
Yay!
Very much, everybody.
Thanks to all our players and our audience. If you enjoyed watching what we were doing tonight, please hit that follow button down the bottom right hand screen. Return with us. I believe we're all back next week, right? We're back on regular schedule again.
Yep.
All right, cool deal.
Yep.
And then, of course, Sundays we have 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time, the Tomb of Annihilation 5th Edition D&D campaign going on. However, not this week. Monday nights, 8:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Star Trek, which should be coming to a close. Lots of crazy things going on in that campaign at the moment. And then I think the season finale of Ruby will be hitting this Wednesday, 8:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Thursday we will be back for I believe we're doing Star Wars this week, 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So of course you can always join the Discord. Let's see if I can. Oh, no, not there. Something like that. One of these commands. I don't even remember what they do anymore. There it is.
Something
to keep
happened
updated
there.
on all of our current scheduling stuff and upcoming shows. And I guess until next time, we're going to go ahead and do a quick raid. The Vorpal Tales, they do all kinds of wonderful tabletop game role-playing stuff as well. So stick around for the raid, say hi, support tabletop role-playing on Twitch, and we'll see everybody next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.